Hello everyone, welcome to Tennis Fan Video. History is not on Alexandra Eala's side as she looks to defeat Karolina Muchova in the fourth round of the Miami Open. Eala is 0-11 against Czech players on the WTA Tour, having tasted defeat against the likes of Linda Noskova and Teresa Valentova. It's an increasingly odd streak for Eala, but she has clearly been working on solving it during her practice sessions in Miami. Eala has enlisted the help of another Czech star on the WTA Tour ahead of her match with Muchova in Miami, who Alexandra Eala has been practicing with in Miami. Eala has been spotted working with Nikola Bartonkova at the Miami Open in between her matches at the Masters event. Bartonkova is a hotly tipped 20-year-old star who joined the top 100 after reaching the third round of the Australian Open this year. More crucially, however, Bartonkova is Czech and has spent time with some of the biggest stars from her nation, particularly at the Billie Jean King Cup. Eala practicing with Bartonkova will not only help her acclimatize to a Czech style of play, but she could also receive some insights into Muchova's style of play. The Filipina's bizarre streak against Czech stars is one of the more baffling records on the WTA Tour, so perhaps Eala has resorted to a left-field way to combat it. Eala and Muchova are set to play their round 4 match at the Miami Open on March 23rd, with the order of play yet to be confirmed. Alexandra Eala's incredible record at the Miami Open. Eala has only played the Miami Open on 2 occasions, but she has already notched up 7 victories at the Florida event in her last 2 appearances. The Filipina star did, however, make 2 previous appearances at the Masters events prior to her breakout in 2025. Eala was defeated by Madison Bringle in 2022 and Irina Camelia Begu in 2023, both of which saw her fail to win a single set. She had also fallen at the qualifying stage in 2021, losing to Victoria Hrunkakova in 3 sets in the opening round. Nevertheless, the Miami Open has surely become one of Eala's favorite tournaments on the calendar after her last 2 appearances. The bright lights of the Miami Open have always been a stage where tennis dreams either bloom or fade under pressure. For rising Filipino star Alexandra Eala, this year's tournament feels different. The young talent isn't just competing, she's evolving. And ahead of her highly anticipated clash with Karolina Muchova, Eala has made a decision that many believe could be the key to unlocking one of the biggest wins of her career. A new mindset in Miami. Over the past year, Eala has steadily grown into a more complete player. Once known primarily for her fearless baseline game, the teenager has begun to refine the strategic side of her tennis. The change didn't happen overnight, but her performances in Miami have shown clear signs that she's learning how to manage big moments. The decision she made ahead of facing Muchova was simple but powerful: slow the match down and play smarter tennis instead of forcing aggressive winners too early. Against top-tier opponents, Eala knows that raw aggression alone can backfire. Muchova, after all, is one of the most tactically intelligent players on the tour, a Grand Slam finalist capable of mixing spins, angles, and net play in ways that frustrate opponents. Instead of trying to overpower the Czech star, Eala's strategy focuses on patience, shot selection, and controlled aggression. Studying the opponent. Facing someone like Muchova requires more than confidence. It demands preparation. Muchova has built her reputation as a problem solver on court. She can slice low balls, attack the net, and change rhythm in ways that disrupt opponents who rely heavily on rhythm. Many players have walked onto the court against her with a clear plan, only to see it crumble after a few clever adjustments. Eala, however, appears determined not to fall into that trap. Her decision to prioritize rally tolerance and defensive awareness could neutralize one of Muchova's biggest strengths, forcing opponents into rushed errors. By extending rallies and picking the right moments to attack, Eala gives herself a chance to stay competitive in every game. It's a mature approach that reflects how much her tennis IQ has grown. The confidence of youth. Despite the tactical thinking, one thing about Eala remains unchanged: her fearless energy. The young star has never been intimidated by big stages or big names. Playing in front of a passionate crowd at the Miami Open, she has already shown flashes of the talent that made her one of the most exciting prospects in tennis. Her aggressive forehand can dictate rallies. Her backhand down the line can open the court in an instant. And perhaps most importantly, her fighting spirit keeps her battling even when matches become difficult. That blend of youthful aggression and new strategic patience could make her a dangerous opponent for Muchova. A clash of styles. The matchup itself promises to be fascinating. Muchova thrives on creativity. She uses variety, touch shots, and unexpected tactics to keep opponents guessing. When she's at her best, she turns tennis matches into puzzles that only she seems to understand. Eala, meanwhile, brings explosive baseline power and relentless determination. If the Filipino star sticks to her new plan, building points carefully and attacking only when the opportunity is clear, she could disrupt Muchova's rhythm. The longer the rallies become, the more the match may shift from a tactical chess game into a test of endurance and consistency. And that is exactly where Eala hopes her decision pays off. Learning from experience. What makes this moment especially meaningful for Eala is how much she has learned over the past year. Young players often rely purely on talent when they first arrive on the professional stage, but as they face experienced opponents, they begin to realize that tennis is as much mental as it is physical. Eala's willingness to adjust her approach shows that she's embracing that lesson. Rather than chasing spectacular winners, she's choosing the smarter path, constructing points, managing momentum, and trusting that patience can create opportunities. For a rising star still early in her career, that kind of maturity is a promising sign. The power of belief. Another factor that could influence the match is the wave of support Eala carries with her. Filipino fans have rallied behind their young tennis sensation, celebrating every milestone she reaches on the international stage. That energy can be powerful fuel in a tournament like the Miami Open, where crowd atmosphere often plays a role in momentum swings. Every time Eala steps onto the court, she's not just representing herself. She's representing a growing tennis movement in the Philippines. And that belief from fans can sometimes lift a player beyond expectations. A potential breakthrough. Matches like this are defining moments for emerging players. Beating a seasoned competitor like Muchova wouldn't just be another victory on the scoreboard. It would be a statement that Eala is ready to challenge the established names of the sport. Her strategic decision ahead of the match may not guarantee success. Tennis rarely offers guarantees. But it gives her something just as valuable: a clear plan and the confidence to execute it. If she combines that strategy with her natural aggression and fighting spirit, the match could become one of the most compelling battles of the Miami Open. The next step in a rising career. Regardless of the final result, Eala's approach reflects a player who is learning how to win at the highest level. Tennis careers are built not only on talent, but also on the ability to adapt, analyze, and grow after every challenge. By choosing patience and smart decision-making against a tricky opponent like Muchova, Eala is showing that she understands the bigger picture. For fans watching in Miami and around the world, the upcoming match represents more than just a contest between two players. It's a glimpse into the future of a young athlete determined to climb the sport's highest mountains. And if Eala's wise decision pays off, the Miami Open could become the stage where another exciting chapter of her journey truly begins. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.